Stevie Wonder vibe.
I hope so by now. Bit late if you did.
Changed me mind.
How does Stevie Wonder do that? I felt dizzy just by that, and he does it for a whole like 1 hour concert.
Every night.
Especially if you
Single
can't
night.
see as well, you'd be like, "Oh, where am I?" Just be all over the shop, wouldn't you?
That was the smooth sounds of Scimitar. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That was
Yeah, man.
correct.
Oh,
Spot
fantastic. Whew. All that practice.
Yeah, man.
Better believe it. by
Better believe
Scimitar.
it.
And ironically, it would be a bit weird if we were playing that and they weren't the guests today. So,
Well, you might just really like it.
yeah, that's true. That's true, actually. Like, I rescind that statement. I do like the track.
I would never play it otherwise.
I've got to play it because they're here. Oh, no.
But they're here in the building. Scimitar. Round of applause. We have to do a real one because I don't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, never heard that sound.
Big crowd for us there.
Lovely, jubbly. Right, we've also got Reality, your boy from Hackney, and I'm rolling with Steesh and the Northeast John B.
You loved that one.
Northeast
He
John
loves
B.
that.
I was proper laughing at that one, man.
That's why I was asking, because I wanted to know what it was, just to be sure.
Class. Absolutely class.
And we've got the usual suspect, 8 times 5.
What's happening, mate? You good?
Yeah, but I haven't finished yet, though.
Oh.
8 times 5 plus 10. Take back 5. Then you take back another 5. You know, just for good luck. 40
Right.
in the building.
What's happening, mate? You good?
Yeah.
Where's that round of applause?
I think I got the maths right.
Yeah, man, the maths was there. The maths was on point, mate. It's good.
Thank you. Right, how you doing, lads? Thanks for coming on.
Good, man.
All
Cheers.
right, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I know you wouldn't like to hear this a lot, but you are kind of veterans of the.
Mate, we ain't veterans.
Northeast.
We ain't veterans, man. We're brand new, fresh on the scene. We've been through the wars.
scarred, yeah.
We've been through the wars literally, like the Second World War, the Vietnam War. But we've been around a while, man. You know,
Yeah.
under various guises.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A few
yeah.
different names here and there. Yeah.
Talk us through those names. So what names have you gone by before?
Well, I started off, which is Baron Von Alias, and that was like, I started with Chris doing that stuff as well, so it's
Yeah.
kind of come full circle now, really.
Yeah, because I think you started doing production with me because I was doing singing stuff, and then we ended up sort of meeting through a mutual friend, and he started producing some of my stuff.
Yeah.
And then you started doing the Baron stuff just after that.
But it was always just like a joke, you know, because you could tell from the way I used to dress in this
Yeah.
outfit, it was just like me taking the piss, really. I was just like, because I knew like other people who were rapping, and I was like, oh, I quite fancy it, but I've never really done it. So I kind of got into it through that by wearing the disguise, just to like, I was trying to stay anonymous from the beginning, so no one knew it was me. It was kind of kept a lot of people guessing at the start until like people found out, which was quite funny because
Till he started wearing the costume, just like, you know, just in the street,
just in-
supermarket and whatever.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
think you did some work with 40 before, and he said you got the suit. He thought you were gonna come here with the.
I didn't know. Yeah, I thought we were going to have the glasses and the
did
staff.
you like film something?
Yeah, I think
was
it
that in the garage?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
I
Anyway,
said,
Don was like,
I said, I'm sure, but I wasn't sure it was
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And I was like, I'm sure he was with Jamie when we did that thing.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, wasn't
That
it?
was so awkward and weird.
It
Can't
was
have
a little
been-
bit awkward and weird, mate,
can't have
you're
been that long ago though, because I mean, obviously we're fresh on the scene. Just to reiterate that, can't been that long ago.
It was about 6 months ago.
Yeah, roughly 6 months. Yeah, middle of lockdown. So yeah, like you started doing that, and then we eventually started doing the Big Beat Bronson stuff. It was Baron Von Alias and Mr. Breeze.
Yeah, well, I started doing stuff with Breeze. Like, I got to know Breeze, and we kind of clicked, and we had a laugh and stuff, and we just started carrying on, making a few like funny tunes as well, like Get Wild, Get Mental we did, which kind of went down really well because it was something really different, like the style of it. Because we started off doing more like traditional hip hop based stuff.
Did a few good remixes of things as well though.
Yeah, and
the
that-
KTB remix was the.
We did like a remix version of that album.
Of the whole album.
The whole album, we remixed every
Jeez.
song over like well-known tunes.
Yeah.
Because it was a time when, you know, King Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a time when all that sort of keep the faith thing was going
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
and we're like doing gigs in Mushroom Bar in town, and so we did more like commercial stuff. So we're switching our tunes into like Calvin Harris and stuff,
Yeah.
just to try and
Calvin
get
Harris
a
example
different
and all
audience
that,
and
aye.
stuff.
That
And
makes sense, to be honest. That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, we got like a few tunes, like, you know, the Speak Americano tune. we did like a remix of that, and they started playing that all the time in there.
Right.
I think at the time they were playing Breeze's Delaval Kids remix, Britney Spears tune. I don't know if you ever heard that one.
It was.
Yeah.
Was it "Give Me More"? It was that. Was it? I think it was. I think it was that Britney tune.
But yeah, they were playing that at the time quite a lot, and then off the back of that, we started getting this remix played, and it just kind of spiraled on from there, really.
And then from there, it went to Big Beat Bronson, I suppose, after doing that.
Yeah.
And then that sort of, I don't know, that did its part, didn't it? And then.
Yeah, it was a bit more like it carried on that kind of more comical feel, really. It wasn't, it was never like serious. It was more like us just having a laugh, really. So we're like dressing up and we're just like putting on shows. Like when people came to the gigs, it was more like an event and we're putting different themes on. We'd wear different costumes and outfits and that. And like we'd have some kind of weird thing which would happen throughout the gig, which like just made us laugh thinking about it. It was like, oh, we've got to do that. So it would, like the gig would stop and would do some kind of weird set piece. And
it's weird, man. I've actually seen you perform back when I was in a group called New Northeast.
Yeah.
And in Sunderland.
There was that in Independent. Was it? Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I'm easily shook, you know, like I'm quite of a beta male. So when I see things that I can't really understand, my brain gets a bit like
what didn't you understand?
My first thought is like, listen, I gotta run. I don't understand what's going on here. Might be a setup, I don't know. But like, it's when I think it was your father.
Oh, it was my dad. Yeah.
Or the butler.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It probably was interchangeable.
Yeah.
I can't remember
just
what
on
we
stage.
did. Was that a Big Beat Bronson or? I can't remember what it was.
Can you explain to me what the fuck we're talking about?
Right,
okay,
basically, there was there still is a time the butler's actually in the Best Life video as well. Still now, like my dad would come and do like shows with her, dressed fully as a butler, like a Victorian butler. With a metal tray and like hold with drinks at the side of the stage. He was put off when we did Tea in the Park when she accidentally tried to kill him.
My hand was really sweaty, and I do this routine with Breeze where I hit him in the face with a pan.
Yeah,
like it was like Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer like thing, and I swung the pan, but it went out my hand.
It came out his hand.
There's a video of it on YouTube, like our live performance, because I do that and I just stop because I'm like. Because I hit the tray and just smashed the drinks everywhere. And his dad, like, just standing there like this, holding the tray, didn't even move.
Wait, so he kept character?
Yeah, man, in character, man.
He's like, I've got a bit of a sore thumb.
Oscar,
and it hit my chin.
Give that man a job on these stenders.
Exactly, man.
But there's like a backstory to The Butler as well, because it was like my debut album. We did like a promo video. And it was like
it was in my mum and dad's old house.
It was like me but in black and white video, like old like Charlie Chaplin style footage, and he's like standing there and he brings in the album on a cushion for us, like presents it to us.
Okay. Oh, we'll have to dig that out, man. It's probably still on YouTube somewhere.
So it came from that, and then we just started getting him in videos and coming to gigs and all sorts. And
that's
it was really good, but then it got to the point where he was more popular than the band. And like, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was just like, you know, he kept asking my dad to come and do stuff, and I'm just like, you know, it's great.
He didn't like it after a while.
I was just like, come on, man, wait like, I want to be a rock star here, but like, my dad's here as well all the time, and like, he's more popular than what we are. It was like, oh, right, great.
So everyone used to go to talk to him after the gigs, and
he'd get the butler.
Like, could you come and do a wedding and
come
and
do this? He got a gig doing something for, I think it was Whitley Bay Film Festival. A couple of gigs doing stuff for Whitley Bay Film Festival, just being a butler, just like, but he's not like.
Wait, was he?
No, he's not actually a butler. No,
was he actually butlering? Like,
well, nah, not really. Just sort of like
the film festival. He was like holding a tray of drinks and stuff for people to take and think.
Yeah, he's like that's.
But for us, he did the same. He just stood with a tray of drinks for when we like needed a drink of water or whatever.
Totally emotionless face, and that though it was quite funny.
He had like earplugs in so he can't like hear it.
Exactly.
I thought he's part of the band, but he doesn't like the music.
I think it's just because he said it's so.
Nah, it's
so
too
loud,
man. It's
so
too
loud.
loud. I'll wait those for work, man.
As you can see, he probably is more famous because that's all I remember from.
Exactly. Damn you, father.
Was it a Big Beat Bronson or was that like Great and Magnificent?
I think it was Great. Yeah. Let's move on to Great and Magnificent as well, because you had Big Beat Bronson. Oh my God, the alliteration. But Big Triple B did all these like you did festivals, isn't it?
Yeah, we did pretty well, man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we started. I mean, it was relatively quick. It all happened because it was me and Breeze doing stuff like Action Man we did and Get Wild Gone Mental, and then from that, we started making a few more tunes and like it was more like commercial sounding, and we started putting on a few gigs with Malas. Remember Malas?
Yes.
Oh, I remember Malas.
And,
My God, I remember Malas.
Yeah, and like they were all selling out really quickly, and we're like, oh, we're onto something here, and then, like, off the back of that, a few gigs, then we got, like, Track of the Week on Radio 1, like, BBC introducing. And, like, we're like, oh, right, we need to, like, do more and, like, push it now. We did, like, a gig at the O2 upstairs. And we sold that one out as well. And we're like, oh, it's, like, it's really kicking off this. And
it was wild, that gig. Like, it was that was the Ghostbusters gig.
Okay.
So, like... obviously, I got talked into this. I came out dressed as, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh my God.
So, like, I came out to DJ in that. My God. So, like, I had to, like, sort of amble out like that. Yeah. Couldn't see anything because I've got the hat, the mask on. Couldn't see anything. Yeah. And then, I can't remember exactly how it started now.
Well, we had, like, a track, would play, like, set an intro up where it was, like... someone ringing like the police saying there's ghosts in the O2.
So you actually put on a show?
Yeah, man, the proper show. So yeah,
we had like a guy Liam who like does lights and stuff. Yeah. But he was like on tour with the Killers and like all these big artists. But he like did the lights for as well. We pre-planned it with him. It's like, we want the lights to come down. We're going to play this intro. It's like a spooky. Someone's ringing the police, reporting ghosts, and the phone starts breaking up. And then like the screams start happening and the lights start flickering and flashing.
This is amazing. Man. Sorry to
It was a movie, man. Like, when people say, "Oh yeah, it was a movie," like this was like literally like a movie.
This. You know what? Let me be honest. I think this podcast, I think we had a few people on that it's like you're indirectly giving advice to other artists. Do you know what I mean, 40?
Yeah.
So with this. What I'm taking from this, and I hope people that are listening and watching are taking from this, from your ideas, is that if no one knows you, if you're not a global artist that like Nas or Jay-Z that can just go up there and rap, you've got to leave people with a show.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm saying that to myself as well.
Yeah,
100%. Because I mean, like, well, people expect more now, though, man. Do you know what I mean? Like. I mean, even I remember going to see Kanye probably like 2000 and when was graduation? 2005ish. I even remember going to see him, and he was a big star back then, but he wasn't like the level of celebrity he is now. And his stage show at the arena was insane. Like had like rising stages and like the lights and it was all spinning on and stuff like that. So you've got to like people expect more. You've got to leave people with a proper experience, man. Like
even how many years ago I saw you on stage. Even if it was just the butler. Yeah. I still remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you go to a lot of gigs, though, do you know what I mean? You see a lot of rappers, you see a lot of singers and stuff.
But I still remember straight away, the butler on the stage. Yeah, so it's kind of a thing where...
I think the thing with rap music, though, is like people want to be too cool. They don't want to put on that show a lot of the time. Yeah. It's good to see some acts that maybe aren't just...
Are different, Even with me, obviously I'm going it back to myself again, 40. But even with me, like, that's why I decided to go on stage in a suit.
Yeah.
Because, like, the rapper with the suit.
Yeah. Like, but it's a thing. It's people that remember it for it, man. Exactly.
Yeah, so you have to have something that you can't just go up there and be like the cool guy that raps in the tracksuit.
Yeah.
Because, like, maybe you can. Maybe if you're good enough, maybe you can. But I'm just saying, you got to put on the show, innit?
You got to think how many people put music out now as well, though, man. You know, there's like it's so easy to put music out now that like there's hundreds of thousands of people putting shows on every day. You need to stand out, man. You need to stand out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think that's why we always thought about we need lights. We need lights going off. You know, like someone who knows what's tunes, who can do it in sync and stuff. So it's not just like, bog standard stage lighting. Yeah.
And then when it hits this point in the intro track, like I remember you speaking to him, and it was sort of like right when it hits this point
now and stuff like that,
and then boom, the back doors of the
on that track we had like the sound of like the Ghostbusters siren came in on the track. and the car like skidding and pulling up and footsteps running.
Yeah.
And then like we came through the crowd at the back with like air horns and like
That's crazy.
They're dressed as the
That's
Ghostbusters now. Like, and was it was Jace? Was Jace dressed as Slimer?
Yeah,
or
we had
something
like someone dressed as Slimer and like Jason Voorhees
hell.
was there.
Yeah, man, it was wild, man. That was such a good gig, though. But like, it's one of them things that if you were there, you're not going to forget that, man. Do you know what I mean?
But we had one mate as well who was an actor, Dylan, and he came on and did like a monologue. in the middle of the show because we were getting changed into like because we came out with that and then we changed into like our Big Beat Bronson onesies we used to wear. But in this like little interlude, we got him to come out and he did this like you know the guy Rick Moranis played in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I think
he
so.
came out as that character and did like a little thing to the audience.
That's
It's wild,
the
man.
level of
It's all him, man.
planning.
Like, you know.
And did like a competition where we like threw out. I think it was like a competition winner, and we threw out a T-shirt.
Oh, it was
for
T-shirt
him.
stuff.
something like that.
Yeah.
the level of planning. That's 40. We've just been going on stage and rapping to beats.
To be fair to you though,
Yeah.
like the first few times I saw you, I was like, oh, this guy's like a stand-up and a rapper.
You've got to be though, man.
Yeah.
Put down the audience, man.
You need that like interaction with the audience.
Yeah,
and
you've got
stuff
to,
to be able to
yeah.
talk
Because
to them
you
and-
were spending probably the same amount of time as you were rapping,
Yeah.
like talking to the audience and making jokes and whatnot.
It just makes everyone more comfortable and you as well. Because
You know,
then
you know, with that though, 40, and since 40's known me, you know, when I start basically verbal diarrhea on stage.
Oh yeah, man.
But man,
100%.
people just seem to laugh at it. So I'm a bit nervous. So how am I gonna make myself less nervous?
Yeah.
Start saying rubbish.
Yeah.
And like if they laugh at it, oh fantastic. However, if it's in Middlesbrough and
Or
the
Stockton,
festival, Stockton in the festival, and I start playing black guy in your neighborhood,
it goes left.
yeah, it goes left. They all left the pub. That's a true story.
It felt a bit hairy, didn't it?
Yeah. But the people that stayed, I guess, enjoyed it.
yeah.
Exactly, man. You got to you play for the people that stay, man. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all done
please,
gigs like that. I
everybody
think.
Oh, yeah.
I've taken I need to put on more of a show, man. You know, I was gonna go back to tracksuits because I thought, nah, I'm too different.
He's gonna come out dressed as Slimer.
Yeah.
Ectoplasm, just lobbing it in the crowd.
Okay. Now let's go. We've touched on great and magnificent.
Yeah.
Let's go from that to how did you get here to Scimitar?
No, to be honest.
I think I was like working on new stuff. I was like writing some stuff, and I had like a thought.
You've been away for a bit as well, though, because you've been
Yeah.
in London for a while.
I went to uni and stuff, so I kind of had this time out where I was like thinking like I want to come back and do something a bit different from
What
what,
did
I've
you
been
study
doing.
at uni?
I did animation
Okay.
at Northumbria.
Because like I've seen online that like you're doing a kind of big things.
Yeah, I worked for like.
He'll talk himself down, but he's he's kind of good. Like
He's doing big
he's
things.
doing big things.
Yeah.
I work for a Frame Store, which are like a VFX company in London and like globally all over the world and stuff. So
Damn.
Killing it.
yeah, so like
Aye, pretty much. Like he's saying, "He's
We'll get to you in a
Oh,
minute.
mate, I
We'll
don't
get to
do
you
anything,
in a-
man.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
sat
no.
here.
We'll get to you in a minute. Go on, Steve. Go on.
well, I post like a few things, but like you're not really allowed to talk what you're doing and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
so you don't like spoil things. But I think because it's out now, I can probably say like I worked on the new Matrix movie.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, exactly, man.
You may need to turn me down for that one. That would have been.
That's peaking for sure. So the trailer came out for that. So
So wait. I'm too excited now. Do you get like exclusive tickets to the?
probably not.
He's just fishing for freebies.
No,
Yeah, man.
wait. Come on, man. I am. But
Yeah, but once you found that out, why would you not fish for freebies?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Get in the queue, the reality. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Get in the
Sorry.
queue, man.
Got a book written down, Chris.
So wait. On like the credits afterwards,
Yeah.
your name's gonna be there.
Hopefully it should be. Yeah.
Oh, you need to take a screenshot of that one.
I've had like one already. I don't know if you remember the Cats movie. No.
Less said about that, the better.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But like,
Tumbleweed.
no, I know about it, but like, that,
But it's it was a big movie, though. Do you know what I mean?
When the effects on it like really bad, like you could still see
right.
human hands and stuff.
Yeah, I think the whole idea was it was their faces,
Mm-hmm.
human faces and human hands, but like they were putting fur on the hands and stuff.
Yeah.
And it looked weird.
But yeah, it was all a bit. it was all-
no, I saw the trailer. And you know how it goes back to things that if they don't make sense.
You
to
want
me,
to
I
run
get
away.
shit. Yeah. when I saw Jason Derulo, I was like, Jason Derulo, no.
Was that just Jason Derulo in general, or was this just in the cat? Was that in the Cats film?
I mean, we'd love him on the podcast. So
yeah, exactly, man.
I think we're on the same level there. I think we know what we're on about.
I saw the trailer for it as well, like ages ago, and I was like, oh, that looks really weird, and I don't know what to think of that. And then when I got this job, because I finished uni in 2019, and that was my first job. Like, I went to London, worked for 3 months working on this film. There was like a load of people that took on just because, there was a lot of stuff to do because it was all CGI film. So it was quite heavy effects, and so that was that was my baptism, like Cats. So it was, I kind of didn't.
So it can only go up from there.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to get better than this.
Yeah. I mean,
it's still quite a good thing because it was so bad that it's like people know it because it was so bad. So.
Yeah, it's notorious for being bad.
But it was a blockbuster film, though, man.
I know.
Regardless of whether it was like, regardless of reviews or not, man, that's a big film. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's probably got like a really cult following as well. So there'll be like loads of people who are into that kind of stuff. But it had like really big actors, and I was like, oh, well, at least I've got like these Oscar-winning actors in the film. Like,
exactly.
Add it to your CV, man. That's the main thing.
So
you got me giving you advice.
Now, what you don't know about animation?
Back in my day, when I used to watch Sesame Street,
it was all hand drawn.
We didn't have computers; we had slate. So he went off to uni, and you
while I was away, I just started writing stuff. I had some beats I'd started, which was like I wanted to be different with it, and I was more musicals because I play a little bit of like instruments like guitar and stuff and bass and that and keys a bit. So I started making more kind of musical stuff, which is what I wanted to get into really, because the rest of it was mostly like, like sample based hip hop and synth stuff, and I just thought I want to like go a bit more like live instruments. And so I started writing stuff while I was away, and I got back and I was like, this would sound good if Chris was singing this and this one, and I was like, let's just like do a thing where, because it was going to be just me, but then I thought like we'll get Chris and make it a group thing.
Yeah,
and that's basically where we're at now.
That's where we are now, exactly.
Yeah. I just want to quickly rewind. When I brought out my first album, was it Stay Tuned? Yeah, it was Stay Tuned. I'm getting old, man. I brought out Stay Tuned.
Wasn't that long ago,
I know.
Exactly. I'm just like, you're getting old, Jesus.
Stay Tuned. I remember vividly, and I remember this from now and again, and I think this is where, the kind of connection comes in, because as you've explained through your journey, you haven't taken yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You haven't, and 40 knows I don't take myself seriously at all. Maybe if I'm running out of Haribo, then things could get a bit, hefty.
That's an emergency, man.
You would have loved our old Big B Bronson gigs.
I know.
We used to throw out Haribo at the gigs.
The whole like what was it? Is it May Contain Nuts EP?
Yeah, it was like the design was like a bag of Haribo.
Yeah.
So I think the reason we
were all Haribo characters on the like.
I think I remember that.
Because we actively like sent them out. Like Breeze like took it upon himself to like send them out to labels and stuff.
In the like, I mean, obviously you know how we're dead young, but this was in the pre-streaming.
This was
days.
when he used to send physical things in the post.
Yeah.
So we sent like this press pack with the CD, and we put bags of Haribo in. We sent them out to like record labels, and that's basically how we ended up getting this record deal.
That's crazy.
One of these companies, which it turned out to be like a big record label, because they
had like it was. They have now, was it Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince? Yeah,
they were like Salt and Pepper and Jazzy Jeff and stuff back in the day, and then they had like that Show Me Love tune, like the big one was like the big.
Oh,
it was like an offshoot of was it Champion? I want to say Champion.
Yeah, Champion Records, but it was like responsible for Faithless and Dido and stuff.
Oh,
jeez.
So we thought, we're in good company here, because they had like, when we went to sign the deal, they had like plaques on the wall, like Eminem, like for Stan, with the Dido sample and stuff. And
I think at that point I would just die.
It's probably not a good. Make sure you sign the contract.
Yeah, sign the contract and then die and leave the rest to my mama.
But I remember at the time, I think everyone didn't think it was real. Like there was a lot of people like saying, "Nah, they're lying. It's fake. This isn't," because you're always going to get that on you. Like
especially because like we weren't really like known for sort of taking ourselves seriously, and then it's just like, how the hell have these lot turned up in London?
These
signing with this. Just like, I've watched their videos, I've seen them live. Like
it can't be real. Like it's like there was some rumor that went around. I think Breeze told me, but I didn't hear it. He said it was like someone said it was some dodgy label that was run by a drug dealer or something. And like, I don't know where that came from, but
if we're gonna be cliche, it's like, you know, when the hate doesn't work, they start telling lies.
It's true, man.
That's by one of the great philosophers of our time, Aubrey Graham.
nice.
Also known as Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I do remember, because it seems like you guys have been there and done that, to be honest. Like one
and
thing,
throwing out the T-shirt as well into the crowd.
One thing I do remember is like, and this meant a lot to me, and it still means a lot to me now. But back then, it's like, you know, I'm kind of just starting off in the Northeast, releasing this album, and I had this album release party, inverted commas, in that cafe.
Yeah.
That used to host weekly nights. I forgot the name of the cafe.
Yeah, cafe was a number, wasn't it? Cafe something. Was it a number?
Not cafe.
Was it an Arch?
Arch 16. That was it. We got there.
Oh
in the end.
just in Gateshead, just in the Gateshead.
Arch 16 cafe. And then I invited a few like rappers and stuff. Yeah. Then who comes waltzing in? I think you probably had like a.
It's probably work.
I was probably work, man. I have zero social life at all. Like this is like my social life for the month. This is me.
Flipping no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So who comes waltzing in? It's only the great and magnificent Steesh and Breeze.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, where the hell did they hear about me? Little Reality. I was honored, you know, because I was like, I've seen these guys. They did BBC One Introducing Festival. They've done it. They've signed a record deal, and they're coming to my album release party. So I felt honored, man. So I haven't told you that before, but I'm telling you that in person, man. Thank you very much for that.
I think
that gives a guy a lot of confidence. Thank you.
Like we always try and like sort of keep I wouldn't go as far as say like ear to the ground, but like we always try and like look out for music that's new that we actually like. Do you know what I mean? Like we know how hard it is to like get people to support. Like, I mean, you know, we're still on the grind now. We're still on that slog now of trying to get people to be like, oh, listen to my song. Then you say, oh, listen to my song. Yeah, listen to your song tomorrow. But like when people actually turn up, it feels nice, man. Do you know what I mean? So if you can sort of like reciprocate that, then
I think because me and Breeze used to talk about like who was doing stuff and that, and like I think we chatted about you and we said your thing was like going on. So we said, oh, we should go along just because we're both like your music and stuff. So I was like, well, we'll turn up and we'll. You know, because we didn't really go to much at that point. We feel like we're out of touch because we've been doing music and stuff, but we hadn't been going to these events and, you know, like mixing with the people who are doing stuff now.
Staying in the scene. So
it was kind of just keeping your face in the loop, isn't it? Like, because if you go out of it, you don't really see people, you don't know who's doing stuff and what's going on. So we thought we'll turn up, see, like, check your gig out and we'll like show a face and just like, I don't know, like just show that you're still kind of around as well. Yeah. But I remember you coming up though as well, and you're like, you're really appreciative of turning up.
I probably did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, man. Like, and I think, as I said, the connection is there where we don't take ourselves seriously.
I think we're there with Jamie when Bad Mind was he there as well, I think. I might be.
I'll ask him when
there was a few gigs, like he was there when we were there, so I don't know if it was that one, but
I'll ask him when I see him. I don't know, man. I don't really think people support my music like that. Not to feel sorry for myself, but like, you know, poor old me.
Hang on,
it's like when
violin, little violin.
Get the violins out.
It's like, I usually like if I like something, I send you a message as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, that is true.
If I like something, I'll message.
Let me not be stupid. Yeah, that is true. Stuff. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. But we're gonna go on to something more serious, actually. Actually, we didn't even talk about you, DJ LKP.
Oh man,
DJ LKP.
Drop the bomb, man.
DJ LKP. Another thing about you, DJ LKP, is that
I think I know where you're gonna go with this.
You played No Way on BBC One Extra, you know.
Yeah, man. That means it's a good song.
Yeah.
Like,
you played my track on BBC, my first BBC One Extra play, and probably my.
That was don't be like that, man.
Thinking for
you know what it is, right? Yeah. Like it's wild when you say stuff like that because like my first ever Radio 1 play was 2003.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm only 27, so I was a child back then.
I was going to say, must have been early teens.
Yeah, but like I was still in primary back then, primary school. But yeah, so that was like 2003, and then obviously we started doing. I didn't really musically have anything to do with Big Beat Bronson. I was more the stage show, to be honest. Like, but like to then come and do the PSiMiTAR stuff, and like I remember me and you been playing five-a-side, so it must have been just before lockdown, and we were like, well, it was when Superficial came out. And we're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to like try and do some more promo and stuff on this and see how we're gonna do it. And then you rang us the day after. It was just like, I swear this is wrong, but I've just seen it on Twitter. The Radio 1 like bot that tells you what's playing, and it was like, it says that Superficial was on Radio 1 last night, and I was just like,
send you a message or nothing.
Well, that's the maddest thing, right? Like that was crazy. We'll go into that in a bit, but like what I'm getting at is like that was what 2020, start of 2020. So that's like 17 years. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a long time. So you know when you're like, oh, it's my could be my last one. Don't ever say stuff like that, man. Like, you know.
True.
Yeah, that was so random, like the way it happened.
That was crazy, man. That was so crazy.
Yeah, because it was February, I think, February like 2020. And you know when those times when you like Google yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I think
hopefully nothing bad comes up.
I think I searched I went on Twitter and I searched like because my new song was coming out and we're being put like promoting it and stuff. Superficial. I searched like PSiMiTAR Superficial, just checking to see what came up. And I was like scrolling down and I saw like the Radio 1 bot and I was like, I was like, I need to research this. So you know when I started looking like, where's that being played? What is this real? And I started looking and I like looked for like the playlists and stuff for shows and it said, it was played on this date. And I was like, checking what show was on that date at what time. Yeah, and then
it was Ricky, Charlie, and Melvin. Like, sheesh. And I was just like, how the hell's that even happened? Because the only place I think it'd been put by that point, apart from us sending out personal emails to like other DJs, like I'd got it on DJ City because I know Play and like all them guys, and it had gone on DJ City, and I was like, I don't even understand how they've managed to get hold of it at all. And then eventually I ended up speaking to the like producer of the show, like it must have been a month or two later, and it turned out like Charlie Hedges had just downloaded it from DJ City and played it on Radio 1 that night because she really liked it. And I was just like, that is like 100,000 to one shot. Do you know what I mean? Like how much music they must get sent every single day, and then for her to.
It was a few times as well. It wasn't just once.
Yeah, it was a couple of times.
So she's putting the effort to download it.
Well, it shows she's a real DJ, man. Do you know what I mean? Like she's still digging for tunes.
Yeah,
and like, but to find an independent artist who by chance has got it uploaded onto DJ City and then play it on like essentially the biggest station in the country, we were just like, that is just wild.
But she was like really bigging it up as well, and we're like, she actually really likes this. Like the way she was talking about it, it was it was crazy.
That was so weird. But yeah, you know, if Charlie Hedges watches the podcast, thank you very much. Appreciate it, man.
We hope so.
Fingers crossed.
And you're invited as well.
100%, man.
Everyone's invited.
Everyone's invited,
That was
man.
an aggressive invite.
It's a party.
Invited.
It's a party.
Bloody hell, son. But yeah, DJ LKP.
Oh yeah.
You've done a lot of DJing. I
have, yeah. I have.
That was a great.
He's not even a DJ.
That was, you know.
I'm still working on my journalism skills.
Just likes the name. He just like the combination of letters together.
Exactly. I just basically had like a Ouija board. It's just like that letter, that letter, that letter, that letter. Yeah, that'll do. Oh man, DJ. That means I'm going to have to get a job. Oh,
unless his name is Dudge Look.
Dudge Look. Yeah. From a small town in the Ukraine.
Where's the biggest place you've DJ'd?
Oh man.
Or the biggest event? What was it? The Great North Run, or have you?
Well, I did like in terms of people. I probably the Great North Run's probably the biggest one I've DJ'd. That was like I don't know, 50,000 people. That was last weekend. That was mad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it sounds stupid, but I've been DJing for that long. I've just forgotten stuff I've done. I've done loads of like. I mean, the biggest events I've done like on a personal basis have been like with Jazzy Jeff. Like I've warmed up for Jeff three or four times now.
That's crazy.
And like I think it was the second or third time. Like it was at Wylam Brewery, which is like it's a great venue anyway.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him for a bit, and then he messages on Insta like the day after, and like, oh, you absolutely killed it. And I was like, right, yeah, man, yeah, exactly. I woke up in the morning, I was just like, hang on. Like it's another one of those. Like, is this real? Is this fake?
So you have to check the page to see if it's got the blue tick.
Blue tick, blue tick, like 200,000 followers or something. I was just like, shit.
Seems legit.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was mad that man. But yeah, I've met him a few times. He's a really sound bloke. He's sound.
That's crazy. Have you done the with him? You know, there was The one fresh.
I didn't do that because didn't want to come across
Bit
like
cheesy.
didn't want to come across like a bellend, basically.
Yeah. You're probably like,
Can we do that? Can we do that?
That's probably something what I would do. Yeah, then he would block and delete me.
But like, I don't know, man. I've DJed with loads of people now when I think about it.
Even my
like,
gigs, like some of the gigs, we've had quite a lot of people out and stuff.
Yeah, man. Like when we did, what was it? Big Weekend. Like that. I know that we were on the introducing stage. I think the only other like band, well, the band that made it from that introducing stage was REALI-T.
Okay.
And were they on after us?
We were on at like 1.
Kick started from introducing stage.
Yeah, man.
I think
exactly.
It's weird, like, because I got told through BBC Newcastle that we were playing at Carlisle at the Big Weekend, and I checked like the lineup and I saw like who else was playing. So I kind of looked them up and I saw REALI-T. And I started looking into them. I was like, oh, these seem like really like polished. I think they were already signed at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So
but they come through. I think they came through Stage School as well. I think.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it now, but where loads of them come from.
Yeah.
I think one of them is just an actor now. He's not just an actor, but he's an actor.
Yeah, I think they've.
I think he was in
gone
Rogue
off it,
One.
branched off.
He was in Rogue One.
Yeah.
So like I started talking to him, so got to know him. I know he's part of like the battle scene and stuff as well. I think
so. Yeah. Like the rap battle.
So like I got talking to him. I started sending them beats and stuff. I made like a specific one that was called Kicks, which was for Rizzle and he really liked it. And he said they were going to use it, but it just never happened. So we ended up doing like for Big Beat Bronson, we used it instead.
Aye.
But yeah, I kind of kept in touch with him for a while, and like that was crazy as well because like they went on like it was literally like a month or something after that.
Yeah,
they had like
the Trumpets, wasn't it?
Down with the Trumpets came out, and it was like everywhere. It was like they were on every TV show.
That was like the proper song that summer. Like that was it was inescapable. Tune.
Yeah.
But like everyone else on that, I look back on that lineup for Big Weekend now, and like I mean I know Big Weekend always gets like big people, but like I mean I think the main 3 people who were on the main stage, so we can say we shared the bill with, was Foo Fighters, Lady Gaga, and Black Eyed Peas, and it was just like that's
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. No,
that's
but
like
Bruno Mars was like 7th on the bill, man, because it was like the like almost like the start of his career. Do you know what I'm about to say? The start of his career. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but still.
Like
mega stars,
mega stars, man. And like you went back the day after as well, didn't you?
Because we got like a 2-day pass because we were playing there, so we went back the next day.
Muggins, I was at work most probably, like
just watched the whole festival again, so it was like another freebie. So it was
So we got like I remember going to see going to see Nero. That was amazing. That like Nero was mint. I really enjoyed that. That was a good weekend, that man.
Crazy. So DJ LKP. I feel like in your career, you've gone through a lot of music.
Yeah.
You've listened to a lot of music.
Yeah, 100%, man.
You know, being a DJ. And this Rolling Stone article came out of 500 greatest songs of all time. Now, I'm not going to go through all 500.
Thank God for that, because could be here for a while.
Yeah, we might be here for a while.
Just the list. We're at number 372. Yeah. The countdown.
Yeah. But I'll go through the top 10.
All right, cool.
No, but however... First, I'm going to ask everyone in this room, and I know this is a loaded question, if you could pick one song, greatest song of all time for you, any genre, what would it be? I thought he's already looking at me.
That's difficult.
Mine's
I need
a
an
toss-up,
answer
man.
right now.
Mine's a toss-up between Souls of Mischief 92 Infinity and Gabrielle by Roy Davis Jr. They're my two picks.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't even know.
You're on the spot. We need an answer.
I think for me, it would probably be some Beastie Boys got me into something like this stuff, this music. I was like Beastie Boys. Someone gave us a CD at school, so I said probably Beastie Boys got me into like hip hop, like Run DMC and Beastie Boys. So Beastie Boys tune, I'll just go Intergalactic because it was like,
mate, that's a solid choice.
Yeah,
that's a solid choice. For is also a music connoisseur, so I know this question is going to be like.
He's got to pick something, haven't I?
Just pick one.
He's got to pick one, man.
Portrait of a Man by Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Okay. I like that one. I'm going to pretend that I know what.
I'm going to pretend I know what it is. Well, sat here stroking my beard like, yeah.
Yeah. I listen to that. Yeah. Mine is Stevie Wonder, Knocks Me Off My Feet.
Oh, that's a belt.
It's basically, I should have worded it as like tracks like
It's what
20
means
years
something
from now,
to you, man. Yeah, you still
20
be
years
clean.
from now, you'll still be listening to like you've heard it for the first time. That's what I should have said. But anyway, we've given our answers, so
Yeah, man, 100%.
can't take it back now.
Yep.
So it's locked in. So let me give the top 10 quickly.
Am I going to have to like voice an opinion? Be like, nah, it's crap. Like something like that. This has been picked as the top 10 greatest records of all time. Like, nah, I don't like that one. Never played that one.
That never went down well.
Nah, never went down well at a wedding. That one. Nah.
It's from alleged musical connoisseurs like we've got in this room.
Watch there be loads. Watch there be like 8 of them I've never even heard.
Yeah.
Right.
So number 10 is Outcast, but it's really Andre 3000. Hey ya. Number 9, we've got Fleetwood Mac Dreams. I prefer Chain though. Chain is my favorite Fleetwood Mac song. Number 8, we've got Missy Elliott. Get Your Freak On. This is 500 of all genres, by the way. Yeah. Rolling Stone. Number 7, The Beatles, Strawberry Fields Forever. Yeah, that's a big silence there. Number 6, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? Especially like what's going on with this list.
That's what you wrote the song about, actually. You looking into the future.
Yeah. Number 5, we've got Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. However, let's pause on that one. We're halfway through the list. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I feel like if Kurt Cobain didn't pass away, would that be as high? Or is that too controversial?
You'll never know, will you?
You will never know. I guess we'll never know. Number 5, Smells Like Teen. Number 4, Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. How fitting that's on the Rolling Stone.
Surprised he didn't put it at number 1.
Yeah.
That would be too obvious.
Yeah, put Rolling Stones at number 1 instead.
Number 3, Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come, or A Change Is Gon' Come, if I'm using African American vernacular English.
Nice.
Number 2, we got Public Enemy, Fight the Power. Number 2. Number 1, and it's what a lot of us need. We need some RESTECP. Respect. Aretha Franklin.
I thought you were going to spell out Scatman John. Scatman. Exactly. The greatest record
Imagine if
of
that
all
was
time.
number 1.
Imagine
That would be crazy.
all these classics and then just like from left field.
Or Eiffel 65. That I swear that
Now
should be,
listen up.
that should be somewhere on this 500. If it's not, I'm going down to Rolling Stone myself, wherever that is.
You write them as strongly worded letter, mate.
Yeah. Where's Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die? Where is it?
Where's Barbie Girl?
It might be in there actually.
Oh man, it might be.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can argue with that number 1. Respect. Let me say it properly. By Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, that's it. You know.
So
it's a
you're
classic.
surprised by what's there, but then like it's like hard
How'd
to
you
pick.
pick them,
It's like,
mate?
how'd
How'd
you
you
pick?
pick?
Yeah.
Especially in order.
Like you put me on the spot with mine, and I'm like, Intergalactic. Why did I say that?
But,
But like,
You're already regretting it.
it's already written.
we're gonna get our followers. Oh, Intergalactic.
He's going to do an edit on the video where he picks Scatman John.
Scatman John. There you can cut it in.
The only thing I'm really surprised with is Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On in the top 10.
See, for me, that's not even my favourite Missy tune.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
If they had like I Can't Stand the Rain, it's my window.
Beat Me 911, that's my favourite Missy tune.
Or Missy Elliott. No, this one. I think you know what I'm gonna say. Is easy as that should be top 10.
Yeah.
Bitches be talking like they're all rah-rah. The bars.
It's a good impression, that.
It's really good. We get him in a big inflatable bin bag like the Rain video.
Like imagine the B words are talking like they're all rah-rah. Come on, Missy.
Deep.
Sheesh. Missy, man. So yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So what have you got planned for the future, PSiMiTAR? I mean, in music, not just in general. Not in your
general.
life.
Well, I'm leaving here, getting in the car.
Might have some tea.
No, I think we've been talking about it ourselves because we weren't sure because we've just been dripping out singles. Like we've just been putting a single
Which
out
have
every
been
so often.
consistently getting good plays.
Yeah, it's been
so-
going real well. Like it's picked up more, I suppose, as it's gone on. I think. But yeah, so I don't know if we're going to keep doing that. We're having a discussion like, should we keep dropping singles or should we like put a project out? Or I think there's talk of possibly an album.
It's difficult to know what to do though, like nowadays, man, because there's no there's not really a sort of set pattern that you have to follow in terms of like if you're getting loads of streams and you just literally put out a single and then 6 weeks later, 8 weeks later, another single, another single. What you might find is if you put out an album, then some of those songs might get lost in the mix because there's like
much more effort as well, and then you think it might all just get lost.
Yeah,
exactly. If you just got one song, you can push it and really like pin on that.
It's like they even like but I'm not 100% sure on the date when the podcast's going to come out, but like by the time this drops, like Certified Lover Boy and Donda might be old news. Yeah. But like realistically, they would have only come out like somewhere between a week and a month ago. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's old news. It's gone. It's past. It's done.
Which is crazy.
You put so much effort into like making your piece of art, your piece of music.
It's just so expendable now.
Yeah, there's so much music comes out that like literally within 24 hours, it's just like, we're searching for that new thing. What's the new thing? What's next? Yeah, exactly.
We had this discussion about music videos as well because we're like a new act and we're trying to, it's like starting from scratch again, really, because you're not like Big Beat Bronson anymore, so you don't have that following and people don't know the name. Yeah. So we're trying to like push it and get people to know, but then we're putting videos out and people don't really know, and you're not really getting that traction on videos where we feel like we're like putting a lot of effort into making a video. I don't know like how you feel about videos and views and stuff, but like I feel like it's not like a good return like at the moment because like we're trying to build the name, but we're putting videos out and they're getting lost because like we don't have that following to watch them and they're not going in the right places to like pick up. So we thought like let's concentrate on the music first and like try and do that. But I don't know if that's the right way or not. But I just feel
like there's no set plan. There's no.
I think what people like is once they get to know you and become fans, rather than with music that they listen to. It's like binge watching a TV series. They'll go to your videos and they'll be like start watching all your videos. Yeah, that's what I think anyway. I may be wrong. No one really knows the formula.
There is no formula anymore.
See how much you can throw at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I think I was saying to Chris, it's because like I do most of the stuff. Like I'm like doing the videos and stuff as well, and I was like I feel like I'm putting like so much time and effort in. Yeah. For all the stuff, making the beats and all the music and stuff, and then doing the videos.
What you're saying is I don't do now. Maybe.
No, but I know, just sing. It's like me and 40 with this pod. I just talk. 40 does everything else.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Tell you what, Chris, I really like your new song. Well, he wrote 95% of it and they produced it and did the video.
But it's just like when you're putting that time in to do a video and stuff as well, and like
it's a lot
you're only getting like a few views here and there, and you're just like, is it worth doing that? Should I just focus on making the music instead? And I don't know. It's like an awkward balance.
But even then, like we were talking on the way down here, it's like, do you go down that route of like the JRM Daily or like them platforms where you might have to essentially pay to get put on them, and then like you get lots and lots of views and you get good exposure. Yeah. But then I don't know, man. Is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know, man. I don't know.
Mate, we'll all get there. We'll all get there someday. Definitely. Let's just put that positive energy in the atmosphere.
It can be done.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah. Look at us veterans. We're still doing all right.
Lastly, we're going to talk about something. And you know what? This segment requires a what on earth? Okay. I like how bewildered the guests get
just
when
like, what the hell?
That's just my self-diagnosed ADHD playing up. It just comes up. So,
just surprised by the change of pitch. Yeah. It's like, whoop.
It's like
Lil Wayne auto-tune circa 2008.
It's like a segment where we have the most profound things in the world. However, I found very profound. You have chickens in your house.
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah. Well, not in the house.
Live chickens.
Not just in the house. They come in the house occasionally, but we do kick them out. Yeah. They've got pet chickens. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
What would you like to know? Are you looking to keep some yourself?
Listen, guys. I've never heard of a person having pet chickens. The chickens I get are usually seasoned.
Yeah.
But like you can still get eggs from them, right?
Yeah, you still get eggs from them. Yeah.
So they serve a purpose.
Couple of eggs a day, yeah.
But do you own the farm?
Yeah, man, I own the farm. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
The back garden farm.
It's in the back garden, man. I've got chickens in the yard. Like they've got their own sort of like run like house thing. It's cool.
Bloody hell. Well,
it's like it sounds daft, but it's like they're like cats. They like coming and getting a stroke and that. Like it's weird. Yeah, exactly. Your face.
I said to him before, I was like, has this put you off like getting a KFC or something like that? And he was like,
nah.
So you eat what?
I don't eat my own chickens.
No. So you eat the KFC chicken in front of the chicken.
Nah, I'm not going to
they'd
do that,
probably
man.
eat it as well if you offered it to them.
Well, you say that, man. Georgia, who's like, you know, just she's one of the chickens.
Yeah. She's
the worst behaved of the chickens. She came inside the house and I've got a dog as well.
Yeah.
And she was eating the dog's like wet food out the tin, the chicken dog food out the tin, and I was just like, look, man.
What?
I was like, look, you can't be eating that, man. I'm putting you outside. That's cannibalism, man. You can't be eating that.
And it's dog food as well.
Well, like, you know,
it's
like, you're a chicken, man. Can you not read the tin?
Nah, listen. It's been a pleasure, SiMiTAR. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for sharing your inspiration and stories with us.
Oh man, we could chat rubbish for days.
So much has happened over the years.
Listen,
like stories.
So could I. I'm not sure about 40. So could I.
Like, you've got to cut it at some point.
40 has like a ceiling for chatting rubbish. Me, I'm straight to the moon.
It's hitting red now. It's hitting red.
Yeah. I don't know my limits. That's why I hit the mic there. Yeah, so yes, SiMiTAR, thank you very much for coming through. Thank you for sharing your stories. And hopefully you swing by the neighborhood again once LKP is free again. Gets another free day, whenever that is.
I've just been talking to him about my schedule on the way down here, man, and I'm just like, you see, you've got dark circle on my t-shirt, man. Yeah. It's like, just like, that's what's under my eyes all the time.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, see, that's the segue.
Oh yeah, you've got McLovin on yours as well.
Oh yeah, super bad, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the one. McLovin.
Lovely job, Lee. If you kids don't know about that, get to know.
Super bad. You got to see that film.
See it, man. It's great.
Yes, In Your Neighborhood podcast. We're out of here. Woo!